It's called meeting to order. Opening prayer, the Almighty God, you have blessed us with memory, reason, and skill. Help us to use them wisely in the service of our town government. We ask this in thy holy name. Amen. Let's salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I welcome everybody here tonight. We'll open it up to a public forum. Is it Nancy? Right?
Yes, Nancy.
The last name escapes me.
Deno?
Deno, okay, thank you. I'm sure you'd like to address the board, that's why you're here, I'm assuming?
Well, I'm gonna let Gary Meyer address the board,
Okay,
if you don't mind.
no, that's fine.
Okay, well, basically, we got approval for a project on Route 11.
Yes.
And at the beginning of the project, we did all our evaluations of the site, and we moved ahead with the building plan, got the approval, went through the variances. We came to the water situation, which we believe the water was actually on our side. I found out it actually wasn't on our side, it was actually on the other side. And then we were informally asked that it could be a charge to actually bring it to our side of $6,000 to $8,000. And we've paid the water tax of the EDU for now 2 years. The project is a economical housing project. It's good for the area. If you look at the math, basically you get your return back on your investment basically in a 3-year period. And I'd just like to see if we can get some sort of arrangement so we can get the water over to our side and just start paying the tax like everybody else who has the water there already. So sort of like a penalty for not having a site already up, and our neighbor actually has it. So I mean, I understand at the time it was a vacant lot. I get it. You didn't want to put it over there because it costs money, but at the same time, it shouldn't be an $8,000 tax bill to us to start a new project.
I understand the issue, and as you alluded to the fact, when the original plan for the whole project, it was not part of the project,
Right.
okay? Can either one of you come in during the day when I can call the engineers? Is that possible?
Sure. Yeah.
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 Okay. We're working on a tight budget.
Yeah. No, I understand.
And the issue would be is, if it wasn't part of the project, now everybody on that road or any other road would say, well, okay, I want mine hooked up too, you know?
Yeah.
That's the issue,
Yeah.
okay? So first of all, we are coming to a close on the project itself.
Okay.
We're kind of crunching the numbers to see what we have
Right.
left, if we could do it,
Right.
and if it's legal. We
Right.
probably have to get a EFC, which is the funding agency for the project in Albany.
Okay.
They would have to be aware of it. We can't spend a dime without their approval,
Sure.
okay?
Yeah.
Any board member have any thoughts on this?
It was a good letter.
It was a good
It
letter.
was.
Well, I try,
Well, I mean,
we're
and
trying,
we're
I mean-
reasonable, even if we had to pay for it, and you just credit us don't charge us the EDU until it was paid.
Until it's paid, we're.
We can deal with that too.
Pardon?
That'd be the way to do that.
There's another one I can explain to you the best I know, I remember. The lot behind Rite Aid on the corner here, that big lot, you know what I'm talking about?
No.
You know Rite Aid right here on the corner of Route 9 and 11?
Yeah.
There's a big meadow out in the back of it.
Right.
That was just sold to a
Okay.
guy in Vermont,
Okay.
and he wanted the water pushed under the road to his lot,
Right.
even though he's not using it, because he hasn't developed the lot yet.
Right. I understand that. Yeah.
Okay, so what he did,
Yeah.
Brian, can you help me out a little bit here? He paid an extra EDU or two for his,
He paid cash.
No,
no?
that's being paid for by EDU charges over the life of the loan, 30 years. And that was an 8-inch bore and a hydrant was put on that. So that was a hell of a lot more than $6,000.
That one
Oh,
was,
yeah,
Yeah.
because they had to,
Well, yeah, an 8-inch
Yeah.
bore. I mean,
yeah.
This is neither an offer or a rejection, but would an extra EDU for like the time to cover that? Would that be acceptable? I don't know if this can be done or not.
You know what, we could sit down and look at things,
Yes,
so I wanna be reasonable, and I understand that we're all in this
Yeah.
situation.
yes.
But at the same time, I mean, it's been 30 years, we've paid tax on that lot, we didn't just buy it.
No,
So it's a little bit different, and we didn't, we came in and paid our EDU. I assumed, I never checked, I assumed the water was actually there. Because why would I pay a tax if it's not there? But,
and actually, I've been trying to
Even
sell
though
it.
when you, if you have a vacant lot
yeah,
and water is available to you,
Right.
you have to pay a half EDU, which is half of a household, so to speak.
okay.
A household would be one EDU,
Okay, yeah,
okay?
yeah,
Now, you're putting up three units?
right.
It's gonna be 3 EDUs to you there.
Oh, I know, that's what I'm saying, it's actually, you're gonna get your money back quite
Yeah,
quickly.
exactly, with all that.
So it's like $2,000 a year that we end up
We
paying.
owe approximately, between the town and the village, it's a joint project.
Okay,
We have 30-year 0% loan, approximately, I think it's $10.9 million
okay,
loan. The rest of it was a grant from the state.
sure.
Because the total project is 13.9, Mickey, am I right?
Mhm.
Okay. So I would like to have this discussion with either one of you or both of you,
Sure,
with the engineers to see if it's possible
okay,
and agreeable.
sure,
Okay.
yeah,
Is that an acceptable answer tonight? I mean,
Sure.
It's not probably what you want to hear tonight.
But I mean, hey,
We're reasonable,
We're
so-
reasonable, again, we'll work with
We'll
you,
work with
what
you
we
and-
can do.
I have no reason not to believe you, okay?
You know, we've had it 30 years, tried to sell it with people from here. It's a commercial lot, it's not being sold, so we said instead of just leaving it nothing, let's try to develop it. So we're trying to develop something that maybe later on someone else can do something with it also. But if not, maybe we'll move here and do something, I don't know.
Total assessments in the whole township. There's gonna be an assessed value to that property, we're gonna be paying taxes on
oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
it. Land and school taxes, as you have been.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
But
as,
it's gonna be
yes,
a lot more when the building's up.
Well, exactly, that's the
And
other
that's
argument, I mean, you
the
are
other-
gonna get more than your money back out of it, for sure, with the tax, so.
yeah, because
So
you'll
if
be
we always,
getting a
if we left it vacant, you could basically continue like that forever, so.
yeah, exactly, you'd still be getting the,
I mean, I have a
Oh.
person on Route 11, does not want the water, but the water goes by his property and is
Right.
available to him, he still has to pay.
Yeah,
That upsets him, you know?
yeah, no, I get your point, you know, everybody's gotta pay in a town,
yeah.
you know.
Now, now this is way in the future, I don't see it in the near future or anywhere near it. If sewer goes by your property,
All right,
state law says you must take it.
okay,
You
Now,
must-
it gets you off of private
okay,
septic systems, okay?
right.
Yeah, but that's
I don't see
okay.
that, don't look for that for a long time.
for a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I was thinking of putting in a well, because I go, well, what are all their alternatives, but you know, I don't want the well. I mean, it doesn't make any sense, because I'm gonna get phone calls that the water's not working, I don't want that, I mean,
Yeah,
so we gotta find some way of arranging it.
I'm more than willing to talk about that. I don't, what else to tell you tonight? Any board member have any questions?
No.
If there's
Okay, so
someone
how do we
that-
make a meeting with you, just,
Okay, I'm here most days, Monday through Thursdays.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm not always here on Fridays.
okay,
If I know ahead of time and I don't have a doctor's appointment or something, I'll make myself available on a Friday.
okay, all right,
From what time to what time are you
I'm
available?
normally here from 9 till 3. I stay to 4 with no problem.
Okay, we'll try to, you know, accommodate you
Yeah.
with your hours,
The engineer that we need to speak to is normally out from 12 to 1 for lunch.
12 to 1 for
Yeah.
lunch, yeah, no,
So,
no problem.
okay. Fridays, no, right? Fridays, no?
pardon?
Fridays, you're not here, right?
If I don't have an appointment or something, I can
Okay.
make myself available.
Okay,
This Friday, I have something in the middle of the day.
Okay,
I could be here earlier or later in the afternoon maybe, okay?
okay, no problem. I'm just asking because,
Is this house is going up this fall?
if we can get better weather there, he's supposed to start framing tomorrow, so,
Ooh,
yeah.
Do you know when you need the water for, or is it gonna be finished this fall, or it might go into the spring?
As soon as possible, I don't know how long it will
Otherwise,
take.
it's gonna get cold.
Well,
yeah,
I know, but it may be too cold already, I'm not sure how.
No, they're gonna finish the project, they're gonna.
Oh, yeah,
we're gonna
build
finish
it.
the
Oh, no, I
project, yeah.
know, but, you know.
But the walls will be up basically by the weekend, so.
Yeah, but our project won't be finished, it'll be going into next year before
Yeah,
we
yeah,
finish.
January, February?
Yeah,
But-
before we finish.
Yeah.
Well, if we need to punch underneath that road, we can't wait to do it in February.
Yeah,
No,
exactly,
no,
exactly. Yeah, yeah, no, we'll be here next week for sure to,
Okay, please do that.
yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
I have a question.
Yes,
Now, there are, Mike, you know, I'm familiar with this, there are other properties on the same side of the street that have hooked up with water. Are they hooked up by each individual lateral,
Mhm.
or is there one big bore that tees off? of-
No, it's all individual laterals off the main.
Okay. Is that ever possible, like the 8-inch bore you talked about, can that be subdivided on this side, state tee off of that?
It probably could, yeah.
How much PSI would you lose, Mickey?
Oh, I'm not sure about, you probably wouldn't lose anything on the same size pipe as both sides of the road. But in their instance here, there's no benefit to putting in a bigger line. The only other developable property there is the one that's owned by the US government. Other than that, it's Bordeaux's and the pipe is already on his side of the road up there.
But
So,
we may have another project going up on there if it goes well, and it's big enough lot to do another.
well, see, that's what you need to know now, so when we do the bore, we put the right size pipe in.
Okay.
Otherwise, you don't wanna
Okay.
undersize it, is the thing. I talked to your engineer,
Mm-hmm.
and he thought a 1 inch, which is a typical single
Yeah.
household line.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's a lot of pressure, but still, if you're gonna put another unit up or something like
Okay.
that,
Yeah,
you might wanna upsize the pipe.
yeah. Well, we're still gonna need variances and stuff, we do that, so.
Yeah, you got a small lot there for another.
Yeah, exactly, so
I
it's
thought,
not
I
100%.
thought I had a big lot, 1.3 acres, that to me, it's a big lot, but I guess not, not here.
okay. Okay,
Okay,
we'll certainly take a look at that for you.
Okay.
okay, so everything's fine?
Okay.
You can stay if you want. Whatever.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a nice evening. Bye, thank you.
Couple quick things, we got 5 minutes before they're here. Jane, she's gonna move the clock ahead, I can see her now. I'd like a motion to approve the October 9th and 16th board meetings, 2 meetings we approved. Take those separately, please.
I make a motion that we approve the October 9th board minutes.
Thank you. Any questions?
I have a couple of corrections. I'm looking at the October 9th meeting,
Yes.
page 3. Now, the statement about rescinding a motion to the cable company because it's a 10-year agreement. The reason why we're rescinding that motion because it was the incorrect agreement or the incorrect date.
Okay.
Okay, and then on the next page, page 4, Councilmember Clark didn't make the motion, Councilmember Hurdick. And the same correction on the bottom of page 5. Motion made by Rick Hunter. And then on page 6, it should not be John Cooper, Cooper should be Hunter. John doesn't work anymore.
Which page are you on?
On page 6, right near the bottom. Council member Cooper.
Oh, I see it now. You got all those changes, Julie?
Yes.
There is one other one also on page 5. That should say Brannon Construction instead of Barron Construction.
Which page?
Page number 5, toward the bottom, right above the roll call vote.
Yes. You got that correct?
I had caught that, but because it was below, I didn't think there was a need.
Okay. Okay, got you on that. So who made the motion to approve
I did,
it as amended?
as amended.
Thank you. Have a second for that?
I'll second that.
Thank
As
you.
amended.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. October 16th meeting?
I'll make a motion that we approve October 16th minutes with the following corrections. John Cooper, again, is cited. And at the bottom, again, John Cooper. I guess repeats after Hunter.
Okay,
I'll make the motion to approve as corrected.
thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. I got close enough to,
That's all right.
we are close enough to the public hearing at 7:15. Make a motion to go to a public hearing.
I make a motion to go to public hearing.
I'll second that.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. We have two things in public hearings. We need to approve local law number 5 tax levy. Dan, you got that for us?
Well, I did the calculation, what goes into the property tax cap, you need to know the tax levy for the year, which I didn't know until just this afternoon. You need to know the EMS budget, which is $177,000. You needed to know the sewer debt on Route 11, $19,523. And this is where the issue is the water district debt. We didn't know, we still don't know what our contribution will be for next year.
That's correct.
I plugged in the worst case scenario of 75% of $220,925,
Okay.
which brought us way over the tax cap.
Okay. Any questions on that? Okay, we have to vote on that when we get back to the public session, I believe. The public hearing on the budget. Wanna go, wanna go there?
Well,
Let me read the notice first, Jane.
I'm sorry?
I'll read the notice first.
Read the notice.
I'll read the notice that I put in the paper first.
Oh, I don't care, fine. I don't know. Can you get me a chair?
Town of Champlain notice of public hearing upon preliminary budget for the year 2018. Notice is hereby given that the preliminary budget for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2019 has been completed and filed in the office of the town clerk at Champlain, New York, where it is available for inspection by any interested person at all reasonable hours. Further notice is hereby given that the town board of the town of Champlain will meet and review and preliminary budget and hold public hearing thereon at the town office in Champlain, New York on Tuesday, November 13, 2018 at 7:15 p.m. and that at such hearing, any person may be heard in favor of or against any item or items therein contained, pursuant to section 113 of town law. The proposed salaries of the following town elected officials are hereby specified as follows. Supervisor, $19,000. Council members, 4 at $6,150. Town clerk, tax collector, $28,453. Highway superintendent, $19,503 elected, $37,932 working superintendent. Notice is also given that the regular town board meeting will be held immediately following the budget hearing by order of the town board.
Okay, thank you. Jane, go for it.
Well, the budget is up roughly about 5%. The reason being, there's a couple different reasons. Number one, the assessment of the overall town is down. Number two, sales tax revenue is down. And most importantly, our fund balances are down. There's not enough, wasn't as much money last year or this year to throw in to 2019 than we had last year. And the reason, one of the reasons being is the grant that we're supposed to get from Senator Little has not come through yet, which we decreased the highway budget, the DA, the town-wide budget by over $100,000. and we decreased the general fund by $50,000 in order to make our payment for the BAF. Therefore, we don't have as much money as we did last year. If the grant comes through for next year, then that will help the 2020 budget. Excess revenue coming in. We don't know that. Larry's made several calls trying to inquire if and when it's coming, and he can tell you the answer at the end of the phone call. We're trying our best. The budget does have the raises for 2.2% for employees, the highway, union men, as well as the employees in the office. The health insurance has gone up slightly, not too bad. Retirement is about even as what it was last year, because we do have new people coming in and they're a different tier, and the formula of that I don't begin to understand, but the payment is down a little bit, which is good. The budget also provides Alan for buying a truck on a partial payment this coming year, 2019, and continue like we have in the past for the next 3 years. He also has in there to buy a new brush hog, right? We do have 2 payments that we have to make. One is the last payment on the truck, about $52,000 with an interest on it. And what's the other thing?
The loader.
The loader, okay? So that's all within this budget here. We have an estimate, a projected amount of sales tax money coming to us next year of $607,011. I have used every penny in that to offset the general town outside, the B fund, and the highway town outside DB. So, and there's no reserve, because try to keep the tax rate as down as best I could. With that, gentlemen, the taxes, overall taxes is $2.45. The fire district, you have the contract in the board meeting is $398,731 for a tax rate of $1.73. EMS is $177, a tax rate of 77 cents. Any other questions?
What was the tax rate last year?
I knew you were gonna ask me that. No, I don't have it. Just
I think it was 227.
wait a minute. It might take me a minute. I wanted to bring it, I forgot it.
Okay.
Okay, the overall tax rate was $227 as you're comparing to $245. The general fund went up by 6 cents. Oh, that's another thing. The highway town-wide went up by 13 cents. The highway town, within the town, dropped by 4 cents. And the landfill, gentlemen, went from 3 cents last year to 6 cents this year. We got a bill, it's in your listing of bills, for an additional $13,000 to monitor that landfill. We've already paid $5,000 sometime this spring. So you're looking at close to $20,000 bill to monitor that landfill. And you can't keep your head in the sand, you gotta pay the bill. The lighting district went up a penny, both of them. Fire district, last year was 132, this year's 173. The EMS was 55 cents, I believe, last year. This year, 77 cents. We have really no control over that. They offer their budget to us as part of our process. We don't have much control on that. Any other questions?
So these increases, you mentioned the fire district and EMS, we have absolutely no.
No,
As far as the fire district goes, and I'm one of the commissioners, so you can blame me, the state has enacted this cancer act that we have to cover all the firemen now, so we have to provide the insurance for cancer for them, and that amounted to almost a $6,000 or $7,000 increase. I mean, we stayed underneath the tax cap, but that's why it went up. Everything is mandated, the state is great at mandating everything, and you have no say.
I agree with you, but nothing I can do about it.
I wasn't very happy with it either, but what are you gonna do?
Any other questions?
And they're both, very valuable service to us, the fire district and the EMS, there's no doubt about it. Okay, obviously our taxes are gonna be up.
And there's one other thing that I know most of you council members are aware of. We have a payment due in January 9th, I believe, of $294,000 for the EDUs. Okay? I checked with the bank to make sure the deposits from our last statement and to find out just what our balance is. I gave it to Larry. Larry has it, I believe.
Yes,
You gotta keep in mind right here. Our bank statement as of the 31st of October was $181,130.41. From that point to today, the deposits are $21,159.05. But I also had to make an interest payment on the water district of $5,016. So now, as of right now, the balance in that EDU account is $154,955.36.
150,
We need to come up with
154, you said?
$154,955.36. We need to come up with $294,000 by January. I don't know how much money the EDUs, it's quite challenging to figure out who owes what because of all your changes and so forth. We don't know who's still left to pay. The deadline, we moved back from this Friday to next Friday, the 23rd, to allow people to pay their EDUs. But until, the curtain falls, I won't know how much re-levy will go on to next year, outstanding EDU bills. Last year was $35,611 that we had to turn over. This year, I don't have a clue. I honestly, it'll be probably roughly the same, but I don't know.
we don't get that until February, March, right?
Well, when the taxes start rolling in, it'll come in, Julie will issue a check to the town, and part of that check will be made up of, different things, and EDUs will be one of them, outstanding.
Okay. Okay,
And there's no, I know Clark came in and asked about transfer of funds. This EDU account is EDU account, that's it. You can't transfer general fund to, highway funds, you can't do it.
I know very little about this. This is why I asked that question. I asked the same question today, people who have a comparable job in the village. And I was told that you are allowed to transfer funds from one account to another, and you have to replace it within a year.
That is with the same tax base. The village is different, Clark, because they are all one. There's no separation of town outside, whatever. The tax in the village is one. But they don't have a loan out there. That's not a loan. You asked a question, which you can do, and we have done it, but within the same accounting, the same tax base. I know the town outside, remember we loaned $54,000 to Route 11 sewer, because they said that was a benefited area.
benefit district.
So therefore, the town outside people paid for that, and it's never been paid back. But this EDU thing is an entirely different beast. The money that goes into that is made up from bills gone to the users within that district. To offset the debt, as well as the village.
I fully understand that you cannot use money that's generated other ways, such as water sales. And I understand that you have to, if you move money from one account to another like we did last December.
Well, we're gonna, yes, that's a
And you told me today
transfer,
we're gonna have to do that again.
but there's no
then-
money
but
to move
there's
in
no
the,
EDU payment, loan payment is totally different. You cannot borrow funds to pay that.
just like we can't borrow out of the EDU fund to pay anything else. We couldn't go into there and use that money to pay for something else. Pay for a truck for Alan, or, you know.
I'm not saying we pay for it, but use those funds until the money that will be coming back in is there.
I can check with audit control to confirm it, but I know this EDU account is solely EDU. Separate checking account, separate revenue, that's, it's a beast of its own.
The EDUs weren't set up to pay back $294,000.
Yeah.
But that's not how that was structured, so you're only gonna rob Peter so long here before Paul's gonna come knocking.
Nothing to it.
And I think you're there.
Okay. We're aware of the facts.
Any other questions on the budget?
This has to be sent to the county.
I'm sorry?
This has to be sent to the county.
Well, once you approve it, it then becomes adopted. And then there's a whole list of things I have to send on to the county.
What's the date on that, Jane, that has to be sent to the
I
county?
think it's the 15th of November. It's something about after the general election. There's certain marching orders that they give us.
So all the re-levies.
That's right too, we gotta wait till the end of next Friday to find out the re-levies. We don't know.
Am I correct? We're closed next Friday, Thursday and Friday.
I'm sorry?
We're closed.
Who's closed?
Yeah,
Town.
next week.
Next Thursday and Friday,
Thanksgiving,
Thanksgiving.
and,
Thanksgiving.
So we're gonna have to have everything done
so it's
by
gonna have to be
Wednesday.
before.
And guess what? Yeah, I've got their marching orders here, how many copies, they have to be certified copies. You have to, town clerk certification, real property exemption, impact report, schedule of salaries of elected officials, detailed backup, must balance the summary page, that's what you got in front of you, EMS and fire district.
Okay.
So do you wanna change the date from the 21st or the 26th for the EDU, final determination? You
Well,
can't-
we
you
did
can't
it
do
with,
next
because we
Friday.
had several people in the office, was it last Thursday or Friday? And they were upset because they just got their water bill and they had just received their prior EDU bill. So Martine Gagnon was here, so I went in and talked to her, and she called down to the county, because we have to offer all that information to them, for them to put on the taxes. We have to list the individual, the property ID, and the amount. So she said the absolute positive latest is the 23rd of November.
Next week.
That they need to get the information to offer to the county. We
So-
tried to accommodate the people the best we could, because some of these people are in tears. Didn't have the money.
So is the 21st, too late, it's be Wednesday,
Could be Wednesday.
even though we're closed Thursday, but Wednesday, you would, as long as you have the information by Wednesday.
I have to, we have
Yeah.
to, you and I and
Right,
Ann, we
right.
just have to.
Okay.
They're pushing their buttons as it is.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's 3 or 4.
Um, Any other questions on the budget? Tax levy? If there's no other questions, I need a motion to adjourn the public hearing.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the public hearing on the budget.
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Now we're back in the public session. I'd like a motion to approve the budget and the tax levy on separately. Okay? Do I have a motion to approve the tax levy? Local law number 5, tax levy.
I'll make a motion to approve local law number 5 for the tax levy.
Thank you.
I'll second
Thank you, John. Any questions on the fact book? Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. On the budget, pass the budget. Motion to approve the budget as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve the budget as presented.
Thank you. 2019. Do I have a second?
I second that.
Thank you. Is there any questions on the budget? Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Thank you, Jane, for the countless hours.
Yeah. Julie, just remind me, if when the bills are passed, just leave me my desk, I'm coming in early tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
I'm doing that here.
Okay.
What was that you did?
Okay, the next thing is, John Clerk's, monthly report. Like a motion to approve, John?
I'll make a motion that we approve the town clerk monthly report dated October 1st to October 31st.
I have a question. Did we pay environmental conservation $4,222?
Yes,
Licenses.
hunting,
Yep.
fishing licenses.
Okay.
It's like in and out.
So we collected that?
We collected more than that, because we got a
We keep a
commission,
portion of it.
we got a commission of $243.
We got the bulk of it. Okay. Now, did I have a motion?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Thank you.
need a motion.
I need a second.
I had a second.
No.
I need a second to approve the
Second.
town clerk monthly report. Thank you. Any questions? Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Thank you. We have a letter for information on the monthly report from the JCEO, and their activities for the month. Please take a look at that. We will have zoning board of appeals minutes of September 20th and October 18th. They're strictly for information. Please read them over, they're interesting. We also have the planning board's minutes of September 6th. Please read those over, and been approved by those boards. Okay. I have we've been looking for somebody for a long time to fill a spot on the zoning board. Our zoning board
Help my
chairman, Bruce Seaman, passed away in July. And finally, somebody stepped forward that showed an interest in serving on that board. That's Tracy DeCuss. I got a letter from Tracy. Please let the board know that I will accept to be on the zoning board of appeals, if approved. I would certainly recommend her. We still need an alternate, if that's possible someday, if someone knows anybody else wants to serve on that board. But I would like a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion for Tracy Decos to be appointed to the zoning board of appeals.
I'll
Thank you.
second that.
Thank you. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried, thank you.
There's a certain term for that, right, Julie? I mean, 3
5
years,
years.
5-year term.
Will you notify her, Julie?
Yep.
Thank you. I have a petition for, somebody that's objecting to a truck storage place on Perrysville Road. The petition came in. The gentleman that's circulating the petition has hired an attorney. The attorney stopped to see me because he was in the building for something else in the courtroom. And I don't know where that's gonna go, but please read that over. Okay, that's strictly for information at this time. You want to be aware that may be an issue coming down the road, okay?
I did speak with Mike Tatro very briefly, and he is aware of this. He is aware of the petition.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes, I shared it with you.
Yeah, I think he should be kept in the loop
Yes,
as a direct
okay.
involved.
got a letter from the Public Service. Read the first paragraph only. As the winter season approaches, many New Yorkers will face a difficult time managing their energy costs. The situation may be particularly hard on the elderly and those with low or fixed incomes. It is important that consumers are made aware they can take steps to participate to reduce their energy and help control their energy bills. And I do have an application. Normally this is for either low income or elderly people. Anybody wants a copy of this form to fill out to see if they qualify or not, you can always stop in and we'll give you a copy of that. That's strictly for information. Okay. EMS contract is the next thing on the agenda. It is up, as Jay mentioned earlier, I believe, roughly $13,000, $14,000 or something like that. It's $177,000 for the coming year. It was $160-some thousand last year. This is something we had agreed to 2-3 years ago. They review it every year, let's put it that way. I would like a motion to approve EMS contract for $177,000.
I make a motion that we approve the amended contract between the town of Champlain and Champlain EMS.
Thank you. Any questions or concerns about the EMS contract? If there's no questions, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Let's go to the top of the agenda. You'll be in tomorrow, pick that up. We got a letter from JCO, executive assistant for the JCO, containing two, I'll read it. Please find the attached letter requesting a raise for Julie Bouchard, our Champlain JCO outreach center employee. Will mail you a hard copy. I wanted to make sure you receive this before the time budget is done. To my knowledge, all our contracts, I don't think of one exception, we raised them by 2.2%, the same as we did with all the rest. I don't see any additional money. And certainly will entertain any thoughts.
So you suggesting no increase or 3.2%?
They get 2.2 like everybody else,
Okay.
okay? But from my reading here, they want over and above that.
Okay.
This is an additional raise on top of the cost of living adjustment. The second page. And the budget is in place. There's nothing, we did not provide any additional money other than 2.2%. Okay. I'll entertain thoughts on that. If somebody wants to,
So are we making a recommendation that we, her also with contract at 2.2%? Is that what we're suggesting with the budget?
we donate to the JCO, it's $10,000-$12,000 a year to open a part-time office here in Champlain. Okay, she's an employee of JCO, not the town. We did not adjust any over and above, it says over and above. Did you read it?
She received a 2.2% raise, just like every other.
She will
all the rest of the
receive,
employees.
that's what's been done in the past?
Yeah.
Okay.
It
so-
says, on behalf of the Champlain JCO Advisory Committee, we ask you please consider giving Julie an additional raise on top of the cost of living here, okay? That she
Okay.
receives. She's doing a wonderful job for town residents of Champlain and works very hard, which I agree with.
Yeah, it's not saying she's not doing a good job, it's
Yeah,
just,
right.
Plus your budget's just been approved and you
Yes.
have no additional monies
Right.
to offer, so.
I agree with what you're saying, that we're not in a position to contribute more,
No.
but they're coming us at the last minute, without any backup as to what a salary is now, or annual earnings are now, I don't know how else to respond.
It's kind of a vague letter, I mean, does it recommend anything to us other than
An increase.
should we give it a raise, so they should just $5, $10, it hasn't said anything, so. And that's why I said it's right at the last minute, we should have approached this a little earlier
Right,
this evening.
like September, when you started.
I think we kind of already left the.
Okay. Our insurance carrier is requesting us to do sexual harassment training, and Jane will be noted on top, scheduling a date. So that's upcoming, hopefully very soon. I think Alan asked that question recently, Alan, if we were gonna do that.
Well, we had mentioned we're enough in this building that we could have it held here.
Yes.
You
It's
know,
for
I don't
everybody.
know if that's feasible with, and then you gotta contact Bonnie Black for that.
But everybody has to take that, all board
Everybody
members,
does.
All the board,
planning and zoning,
everybody.
alternates, everybody.
Well, we figured by combining everybody and have it held in this room here, we're enough to make it worthwhile, you know,
Right.
for her to come up for 35
With the
people.
holiday season coming, it might probably be intuitive to do it January.
But it's gotta be done.
By the
Before?
first of
Well,
January.
it's gotta be
Done
done,
before January.
right.
In your case, Rick, I know you work during the day, do you have training at school for this?
Not specific to this, we don't, not as far as the sexual harassment, but I can foresee it coming down the pike.
I am
I
sure.
think you're gonna see it.
If you're not here, you can do it on the internet, I believe.
Well, I see that they offer it through webinars and online training, so
Yes.
it's not something that has to be done here on site.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. We get our annual letter here from Association of Towns. It's an organization that represents the town at the state level. Okay, and who's for the upcoming year. And the training this year will be in New York City, Marriott, February 17th through the 20th. We have not recently sent anybody to those. Okay.
And again, there hasn't ever, I mean, you haven't budgeted for this
No.
either, so.
No, very expensive to go to New York City, I'll tell you that. Brian, are you aware of this one? Pertaining to the Press Republican, they wanna charge us an extra $3.
Premium.
You can ignore it. You call them and just tell them not, that you don't wanna pay it.
Okay,
And-
Picture.
Yeah, it's just, you want,
Everybody got one on the map.
Yeah,
yes.
right, if you want a photo out,
Right.
a calendar or a special on pictures, wildlife pictures, they would charge you an additional $3 unless you opt out.
okay,
So all you have to do is call them and say, nope, don't wanna do it.
thank you, but no thank you.
Right.
Okay, end of story.
Yes.
Okay. Alan, do you got this next one, the insurance company, training, upcoming training? And they're having it in several places here locally. Okay,
They don't have anything local around here though.
I believe this is right in Plattsburgh. It's almost at the bottom of the page, Alan.
Yeah, they're doing it in Blacksburg, I agree.
Right, Tom, Black.
Yeah, that's on November.
Oh, yeah,
29th and
for the,
30th.
for the sexual harassment.
Yeah.
But they, when Mickey and I called the other day, they were full.
Yeah.
Oh, they were?
They can't take any more.
Hmm?
That's why we suggested to have it in here. We're enough people to have it here.
All right.
I was not aware
Because the
of
town
that.
of Plattsburgh was full.
I was not aware of that.
Oh, I thought you were talking about this new one coming up, there's another one coming up.
All right.
Okay. You aware of this one, Charter Communication, Clark?
Just saw it tonight.
Just deal with municipal officials. Charter Communication, locally known as Spectrum, is making its customers aware that effective on or after December 1st of this year, lease access on basic channel, leased, will no longer be available. We remain committed to providing excellent communication and entertainment. If you have any questions, please give a call, I give a phone number. Strictly for information, nothing to do with that
What
one.
is that limits, the lease?
I don't know charter.
Huh?
I don't have charter, I don't even know, what is that local channel?
Spectrum.
24.
But what is it? No,
It's Calvin version.
thank you.
I don't get it either, so.
That breaks it down.
Yeah, but no, it's,
Calvin on here.
yeah, basically they're gonna make it harder. From what I overheard somewhere, that they're gonna make it harder for them to do it. They'll still be able to do it, but they'll have to compete with other people who wanna be on it. It doesn't make any sense because Calvin been doing it for years and it's as a service, and yet they're gonna kick him off.
Uh, That's all on the regular agenda. Julie, what do you have for us?
You let your dog report.
Pardon?
Dog report. Dog report. You should have the dog report.
Yes, I put that on the table. I got that this afternoon. I copied that and left it for
Yeah,
everyone.
we have a copy of
Okay,
You gotta approve that, the grant
oh,
for the
good.
court.
That just came through today.
We give you a
Uh,
copy.
John, Kevin Triller's requesting approval to apply for a $30,000 grant, which we've done in the past. We continue to support anything we can get from the state, for sure. And we got quite a bit last year, he's looking for some more. All we need is approval for him to go ahead and do that.
Need a motion for that, Larry?
Yes, please.
I'd like to make a motion that we allow the Justice Court Assistance Program to be applied for the grant for 2018, or 2019.
Okay, thank you.
it. One second.
Thank you. Any questions?
Everything's good.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried, thank you. What do you got, Julie, information for us?
Just that there will be a free rabies clinic on Tuesday, December 4th, from 6 to 8:30 at the city of Plattsburgh.
Okay,
And also, Board of Assessment Review member, Tammy Trombley, needs to be reappointed. And I checked with Tim today and she wants to come back on.
okay,
So the board has to approve her reappointment, Tammy Trombley.
okay. I believe there's 5 people on that board,
Yeah.
and one comes up every year, if I'm correct. Okay,
I'll make a motion, the person who's coming up for
okay, thank you,
renewal will be approved.
Tammy Trombley.
Second that.
thank you. Any questions on that? All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Opposed, carried, thank you.
You wanna do these?
Sure.
Okay, we got CCWD Restoration Disbursement number 6. John Cooper for $3,014.20. Jason Bodan, $1,808.52. Richard Giddings, $1,805.52. Rabideau for topsoil, $570. And then Dragoon, $5,500. Dupree's, $1,090.25, and Taylor for $79.
Okay,
Now, all of those expenses are coming out of the loan money,
yes,
so none of it is coming out of water administration.
no. Every one of those had to get approved before we went ahead and did them.
And it's restoration work.
It's all restoration work. Or items related to restoration,
Yeah.
okay? And we need a motion to approve that.
And I'll make a motion
Thank you,
for the rest.
I'll second
thank you. Any questions, concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
it. Aye.
Opposed, carries, thank you. And another one, Joe.
CCWD Restoration Disbursement number 6, Weir Construction for driveways for $20,500.
That one is pending, the work has not been done. But we expect it to be done, hopefully, but I'm not sure, I have my doubts, but, okay, that's an estimate they had given us a week or two ago.
I thought we always approved the bill after he gets the work done.
We haven't got the bill,
Yeah, but you got the,
yeah.
So you're saying the EFC approved it before they got the bill? Is that it?
They approved us going ahead and doing the work.
Okay.
Once the work is done, the bill will be submitted.
all driveways that were damaged because of the water project.
Pardon?
These are all driveways that were damaged by
Yes.
the water project.
Yeah, I need a motion to approve that one.
I make a motion that,
Thank
we
you.
approve the, payment to CCWD to Lower Construction in the amount of $20,500.
Thank you,
Second
thank you. Any questions?
Pending
Pending.
Approval from
Right,
the
ruled by the
Correct.
state. If there's no questions, those in favor?
that. Aye.
Opposed? It's also carried. Looks like Julie's got one more.
Two more. CCWD Restoration Disbursement Number 7, Michael Ducat for $1,498.48, and Michael Ducat for $496.08.
And more restoration of the driveway that was paid last year.
And the EFC approved it then.
It's gotta go for them for approval.
Okay.
We're submitting it to them.
I thought we already did that.
It was submitted to the engineers. Now it's gotta go on to the state. It's not an easy process. Okay. We got one more to go. You got another one, Joe?
Yeah, but that one hasn't got approval yet.
Oh,
I'll make a motion to approve that Michael Ducat.
I second.
thank you. Any questions on that one? That's the restoration work that was done last year. If there's no questions, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you.
Now we got Water District Number 6, Disbursement Approval Number 49 for Bernier Car for $2,268.45.
Keep charging. We don't have a choice, I'll make a motion to approve
Pay the
that.
bill.
Second.
Thank you.
Engineer.
Any questions or concerns about burning car bill? If not, those in favor?
Knock their mouth in the stormwater account.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you. Done.
Yep.
Okay, what else you got for us, Julie?
Just a couple bills for you, but you didn't post on it.
Pardon?
Just approve a couple bills.
Let's go for them. We're gonna be approving we've got your post audit bills. Now we need to approve the monthly bills.
Okay, I got Lake Champlain cleaners, cleaning for October, $730. And then this is for Border View, for gas, for the month of October, $289.61.
I believe the reason they're on the late list, so to speak, they just came in today, I believe. Okay? I need a motion to approve the bills as amended,
I make a motion that we approve those bills that.
okay?
So the ones we're approving is on this list.
Yes,
Yes.
All right. I have a couple of questions.
yes.
I'm looking specifically at water administration charges.
Whereabouts are you?
Well,
First page?
first page, I think most seem pretty obvious. But there's one, we rented an auger. Is that the right at the top of the page? For Taylor rental?
That was to drill the post holes. John Cooper rented that, part of the restoration.
That was just on that thing you just approved.
To replace the fence.
All right, so it was a restoration charge.
Right.
Wouldn't it be charged to the water project and paid for out of a loan money?
I think that's what Julie just said, right?
It's on the sheet. I
So
just,
it's on there and here. then.
she's got on the sheet, if you look at it, did you give them all back to me?
Yeah,
It's got
except for
They're
Bernie.
on the town's abstract. Dragoon, Dupree's and
The town
Taylor's.
pays it, but then they give it to EFC, the town gets reimbursed.
Okay, but I see $79 being taken out of the water administration budget here. Is that not accurate then, what?
Right, yes,
It is accurate?
yes. And then when the EFC pays the bill, it reimburses the town.
Is that same thing true with other items on here, or maybe some of them? There's a roller,
Yes.
rental and tractor roller,
Mhm.
$5,500.
Yeah.
Yes, it's on here.
Yep.
So that comes out of the loan money for the water project.
Correct.
Correct.
It's Dragoons, Dupree's, and Taylor Rental. Those are all on here.
All three.
But they're on there to be paid.
They're on the town's abstract. What they say, the town will pay them,
Yeah.
and then once they get the money from EFC, they will reimburse them.
On, back into the water
Yes.
administration.
In the account.
Okay,
Okay, the same, down at the bottom, the rebid notice, we had to rebid part of the water project
yes,
for $315. Is that in the same general category? In other words, that's money.
Where's that one, Clark?
Right at the very bottom of the first page.
Behind the price.
We
Oh, I
went
see
for
it.
the bore under the West
Yeah,
Service
I
Road.
got it.
Rebid notice,
Mhm.
okay, $315.79.
mhm.
Is that money that would also come back out of the loan?
That's a good question, I don't know, does that?
Yes,
It's an
It
expense.
does?
Yeah, it's an expense.
Even for advertising?
yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's part of the
I
project,
didn't know.
it's part of the project, advertising, yes. Okay,
Let's see here. On the second page, the third one down, water administration, $56.50, it says EDU. Is that-
we, yes, we own the landfill.
You gotta pay an EDU.
We have to pay a half EDU on our land that we own.
Oh, so if the town owned more land,
Yes.
the water line went by, we could charge more,
Yes,
put it into the EDU fund, right?
yes, the county,
That might be the solution to the problem. All right.
More than they were there.
okay,
Rails,
that's a half EDU, it's for vacant property.
rails for restoration.
Where are you now?
I'm down about,
It was a rail fence in Champlain that got destroyed during the project, they had to buy new rails. Again, it's the water project fund,
then it'll come back out of the loan.
yes.
Yes, I get it. Okay,
And the same thing is true right in the middle of the page, water project supplies, $1,000,
yes, that supplies that John Cooper required,
which we already approved. Hey,
yes. We've gotta pay the bill, then we'll get reimbursed.
I know, but my concern is the water administration budget, which I was told we had to garner enough money to cover that all year long. I think I was told $80,000. The total budget that we just approved. There'd be $80,000 in there to pay for water administration projects. And the only way that we can raise that money is through charging water
Water
rates.
rates. Yep.
Okay, so I'm trying to be somewhat, I wanna be very, perceived as being protective of that fund if I can. And if it can be paid legitimately through this loan, then we should be doing that. I'm just checking if we can, we are doing that. That's why I'm bringing this up. Making sense or not,
Yeah, but it's an expense, I mean,
right?
coming out of the water fund, even if we get reimbursed for it, we still have to do the
Right,
project
but the source of the money is the loan,
from the
Right.
EFC.
okay.
Okay,
That's all I have, thank you.
okay, thank you. Do I have a motion to
I
pay
have a
the bills?
motion, but not a second.
I need a second. Thank you. Any questions on the bills?
No, I
Need
need
a second.
You have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, John. Thank you. There's no questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Opposed? Thank you, that's carried. Alan, do you have anything to report on the highway?
No, just I got the plows all on the truck, and we're getting ready for the snowstorm. That's all I can say.
Hopefully we'll have to use them that way.
Pretty dicey, though.
It's better to be ready than have to use them right away, right?
Well, I'm afraid by the weekend, I think we're gonna
Oh,
need them.
geez.
You have anything else, Roger?
No.
Okay. Is there anything else bringing before the board? I do need an executive session to discuss the contract. I'd like a motion to go into executive session now.
I'll make a motion to go to executive session.
Thank you. Have a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you. Up to you. You can say if you want. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Brian, you keep notes for Julie?
Shut the thing off for me.
No, you can use the, I'll shut the door.